Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. However, today I am making something that is a little bit more unique. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and so I like to push the limit. I got to the point where I just little by little just started pushing my style, just pushing it. I wasn't satisfied with it. It wasn't really who I really was, but it was safe. And so today we're getting a little unsafe. I got a request in my DMs from, I'll put her handle right here, and I appreciate it so much because I was looking for some really fresh denim upcycles to do, and right on time she sent this, and I'm just so happy that she did. But I looked at it and I was like, I know that everyone will love for me to do this, but how am I gonna style that? How is that gonna look on me? But I just decided to go for it, and I'm gonna turn them into ones that are really close to this inspiration pic, and you don't wanna miss how I style these at the end. Perfect for fall. All right, so I have this pair of jeans that are too short, but what else is new? But this project is actually gonna lengthen them at least just a little bit. And they're also a little bit too big, so I'll have to adjust them in the waist as well because this fit, it is not doing anything for my hind parts. But I picked this particular pair of jeans because the belt loops on them are pretty long, and I did not want to have to make new belt loops. If you do have to make new belt loops, it's fine, but I've tried to avoid it as much as possible. The first thing I'm going to do is take apart that bottom stitch on each belt loop. You can do it with a seam ripper, but they're normally put on super strong, so I'm actually going to use an X-Acto knife. It should be just thin enough to get right in there and take that stitch out, or at least I'm hoping. Yes, okay, easy peasy. So you could definitely try that, and it'll help you definitely more than a regular seam ripper. And now that I know that works, I can go ahead and do the rest of them. Next, I can cut the waistband away from the jeans. You can certainly take the waistband off with a seam ripper, but you all know that I'd much rather cut than seam rip any day of the week. And if you do cut it, you'll want to cut as close to the waistband as possible, and make sure the zipper pull is down and doesn't come off in this process. All right, speaking of process, let's talk through the process to see what we're gonna do. If you took yours apart with the seam ripper, then you will have to go back and sew the waistband back together at that bottom stitch. And whether you cut it or seam ripped it, you can also add a stitch about a 1/4 inch down from the top just to keep it from fraying too far down. We're going to reattach the belt loops right over where they were before, so we have a helpful little mark to show us where to do that. And I'm going to add 2 darts in the back under the pockets to take them in. You may or may not have to take yours in, but that's how I'm going to take these in. I wish I could do it without taking off the pockets, but right now I don't think I'll be able to, but we'll see. But first, before we do anything else, we're going to try it on and make some adjustments. All right. Okay, so I have them on. I very carefully zip them almost all the way up, but not all the way up. What I really should do is go ahead and do the extra stitch. We're going to add a stitch and just take it around and around and around the end. And that's going to keep that zipper from coming off. So I need to go ahead and do that very soon before I lose that zipper. But I want to pull these up as high as I want them. And then I added safety pins in the back. Oh, this is not flattering. I added safety pins in the back so that they fit. Then I want to put on the extra waistband and button it up. And then I'm going to take out the extra. See, now that's not that bad. That's not too bad. I want to take out the extra from the back. So I'll end up taking this off and then putting it back on. So I'll add a safety pin there. I want to make sure these are all lined up. Everything's all lined up so that when it goes back on, it goes back on correctly. So I'll add a safety pin here, and then we can start sewing this back together. And hey, if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying this content, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We are on our way to 200,000 subscribers so I can do another Upcycle giveaway. Yes, I'm doing giveaways every time we hit another 100,000. So we're almost there. Hit that join button and share so everyone will know all the amazing stuff going on here. And I just want to say thank you so much to those of you that I'm seeing that you're sharing my channel with your family members, with your friends. I have so many people joining the Facebook group that say, oh, my mom told me about this, or my daughter told me about it, my cousin told me about it. So thank you guys. I'm sending you guys big hearts, big love through the camera right now. All right, so I have my darts pinned outward and I need to reverse them inward and make sure they're even. I'll also reverse the pin for the waistband and completely remove that back belt loop. Now I can add a stitch to the back of the waistband to take it in. And you'll definitely want to use a jean needle for something like this. And I'm also going to open up that seam and add a little top stitch to make sure it stays nice and flat in the small of my back when I put it on. And once that's done, I can go ahead and sew the top belt loop back on. Next, I'll sew in my darts, and you can try to give your darts a little bit of a curve just to follow the shape of your butt. And just like I thought, it's making the pockets gape open. That's what I was afraid of. So that means that I have to take off the side seams of the pockets, cut open the dart and sew it flat, then lay the pocket flat and sew it back down. And once that's all done, now I can make that stitch along the edge. Okay, so I was able to sew over the zipper so that way my zip can't come past here. You can also take a needle and thread and just go like around your maybe the last time or the time before that, the zipper time, and go around and around and around and around. And then your zipper pull won't go past it. All right, so now it's time to reattach the belt loops. And I can still see where they were, so that tells me where to put them back. All right, so let's see how these turned out and how we can style them. So please forgive my rudeness if I'm tripping over your time, but you look so amazing. And we can be so much more than who we are. So much more than who we are. We can. I love these. I thought that these were going to be just like something I do for a video but never wear again, just donate it again. But no, these are actually going into my like staples. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. So let me say this, I'm actually more comfortable with that part of belly that's underneath my belly button. That part, you know, is still pretty, you know, rad. Nah, I shouldn't have said rad. That part is still, you know, pretty flat. It's the part above that was most affected by having 3 kids. But, you know, either way, it's just the ginger. It's just the spice to my body. But I much rather reveal that part underneath. Go figure. So I learned that. That was something else I discovered. But it's getting to be fall. And for those of you who do not want to show any belly, then just throw on a bodysuit or just tuck in a top. This is actually not a bodysuit. I just tucked it in and I absolutely love it, especially with the buttons down the front. It just goes so perfectly with it. So I'm digging this. Definitely digging this. And you guys, let me know, would you try this? I know a ton of you would. I know I'm gonna get those comments saying that, oh no, I'm too old for that, or I could never do that. You may not do this, but I am encouraging you guys. Please, just if you want your style, if you don't, if you're perfectly okay with your style, then that's fine. But if you want to take your style to the next level, if you're not satisfied with it, just try little by little, just little things that are going to push you. Just try things that you never tried before and see how you like it. And you may just end up how I was in this video today. So let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. I do new videos every Thursday and every Saturday. And I have an upcycle class just for you guys to finally get those projects done. If you have that pile and you know who you are, you have that pile and you haven't been doing them, go ahead and click that join button down below to learn more about my class and other perks of being a member. And I have a free Facebook group, so check the description box for that. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!